front ochos. Looks like this. Different angle. So we'll break it down. It begins with a side step and then a weight change for the guy. And ladies, you just step side and stay there.
And we wait. Just
Here's
like that.
Yeah. There's the side step. Here's his weight change. And the way that she knows not to take a weight change, if you look at my right arm, I'll step side. Now when I take my weight change, my arm doesn't move. If I go side like this and then I move my arm, she'll weight change with me. So I have to make sure the forearm doesn't move. That's the beginning. Side, he changes weight. After that, we have a pivot rotating through his abs. She's on the ball of her foot, and a step. A pivot and a step. We'll do 3 of them for now. In practice, you can do any odd number.
Between 2 and 4.
Ladies, when you step side, I want you to think that you stay very long and tall on your right side. So you have this length here, and then he pivots you, and then you go. And when you go, make sure you shift all the way to the ball of the foot, all the way over, and then you pivot again. So for the ladies, we have side, he changes, she doesn't. We have this pivot, she's on the ball of her foot, she steps forward all the way over and then pivots.
Oh, and I pivot a lot.
And at the very end, I'll pull her to face me. She thinks not of pivoting, but of standing still, and then he'll motivate the pivot and create this turn through the rotation of his midsection. There are also a few things that we don't want you to do. So moving to a new topic, yeah, the bad ones.
I'm not going to like this part.
So for the guys, when you're leading, you don't want to think you're steering a ship. You know, so it's not like this. This isn't how you get her to do ochos. This is, you steer into, the rocky shores, and then the ship disintegrates. Mom's like, bad imagery. So if I do the bad, let's see, what's a good angle for you? I'll step side, and to pivot her, if I do this, she's not turning. You want to think of a beautiful, jeweled, wonderfully valuable top. And so it's about going around her axis like this. So as I step side here, after I change weight, I pivot her by going around her, and we step. And then here, once again, I pivot her by going around and stepping. So it's not this motion, but rather this motion. And for the followers, what happens is when you step forward, you don't get all the way. So if I'm being the girl and she's the guy, I'm good.
Oh, I can do a good bad.
I know you can, you just won't like it. So if I don't get all the way over the foot and then I try to pivot, it doesn't look so good. And then we pivot again. And that's because I'm pivoting, not being on my weight. So if you shift all the way over and then you pivot, and you shift all the way over and then you pivot, then it's vastly better. So think all the way. So the front ochos can lead to a lot of cool things. So for example, I was going to say we taught this one in class, but we didn't teach those in class. So we taught that last one in class today. And then also, well here, a few more. I'll do some with a ballet bar. And I want you to imagine you could do this with a counter as well. I'll talk more about that shortly. However, so you can imagine that you step over. And you can do stuff. But the point is that you can use this like your kitchen counter too. But there's a right way to practice using your kitchen counter. And if you use your kitchen counter, here I'll show you on the other side. If you leave your hand right here, and then you do your ochos, you see how the hands pull me off balance there. So you want to think you let your hands slide with you. So you can practice at home, but make sure the hands slide, and that they don't distort your body. So on that note,